Hello everybody and welcome back to more Super Mario Galaxy. Today's episode is going to be quite short. I just kind of wanted to go over some little bonus things in the game and things like that. I kind of just do one final video to kind of wrap things up, because I'm not going to be 100% in this game. In order to 100% this game, you have to beat it as Mario and Luigi, which is just something I kind of just learned. So I'm probably going to go read some of the story in here later on, but I kind of want to go over a few things for anyone who really wants to just play through this game. There is a bonus world from my understanding, but you have to beat the game as Mario and Luigi. You unlock Luigi by collecting all 120 stars as Mario, and then going and defeating Bowser, which I have done, so I've unlocked Luigi. So I do have one unlocked. I can play as him. I'm not going to spend another 20 something episodes 100%ing it as Luigi or whatever. That's just not something I'm particularly interested in doing, but yeah, you can get unlocked like some bonus level, which I would really like to show off to you guys. It's just that I don't really have access to it right now, and I don't really have the time to really, you know, grind out all of Luigi's stars. That's a little fun fact for you guys if you really want to go out there and get all that stuff. Otherwise, I think we're just gonna, you know, do the little story episode like I was talking about, and just kind of read off all the little story from the storybook. That's pretty much all we're gonna do this episode. So if that's not interesting to you, you may, you know, you don't have to watch it. Essentially.
Let us begin.
Here we go, story time, boys. I'm probably gonna make my mouth super dry. So we did chapter 1 and 2 on a previous episode, if you didn't know. So we're gonna continue off on chapter 3 in the story, and we'll finish it off for the rest of it. A beam of light pierced through the ship's window, thinking it was the morning sun. The girl peered through the window, only to find a turquoise blue comet shimmering at her. The little girl shook, the sleeping Luma awake, and shouted excitedly, "We have to get that comet." The pair descended on the comet and found that it was made of ice. They looked high and low, but Luma's mother was nowhere to be found. Exhausted, the little girl sat down with a flop, utterly unable to take another step. Look. Peering down at the icy ground where Luma was pointing, the girl suddenly noticed clusters of star bits encased in the ice. "Pretty good, huh? Finding star bits is my specialty," said Luma, beaming. "There's ice here, but it's so warm I'll bet there's water here too." The two decided to stay on the comet for a while. Riding the turquoise comet, the pair continued their search for Luma's mother. Chapter 4, the dream. One night, the girl dreamed about her own mother. "Where are you going?" she asked. Her mother's retreating back. Without turning, her mother replied, "Don't fret, dearest. I'm not going anywhere. I'm always watching over you like the sun in the day and the moon in the night." A wave of sadness washed over the girl. "What about when it rains and I can't see the sun or the moon?" Her mother thought for a moment before responding. "I will turn into a star in the clouds and wait for your tears to dry." When she awoke, the girl's face was damp with tears. "You have star bits in your eyes," the Luma said to the girl. Wiping her face, the girl replied, "These are tears, not star bits. I'm crying because I'll never see my mother ever again." At this, Luma began to cry too. "Mama, oh mama, wah, wah." Through the starry skies. And though they encountered many other comets, not one of them was held about Luma's mother. Luma was despondent. Now, Luma, the rain clouds won't go away if you keep crying," the girl said, giving Luma a squeeze. "I'll give you a present if you stop." The girl closed her eyes and said gently, "I'll take care of you." With these words, she felt a small spark in her heart. Chapter 5, Home. "The kitchen will go here and the library will go over there," the girl said, busily to herself. "We'll put the gate here." Ever since the girl took Luma under her care, she'd been bustling about at a feverish pace. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it to make a happy home. It turned out that starbits weren't the only thing buried in the ice. There were tools and furniture unlike any they had ever seen, and the girl used them to build a home. Looking at the completed house, Luma remarked, "Don't you think it's awfully big for just the two of us?" With a library, bedroom, kitchen, fountain, and gate, it was certainly spacious, but still something seemed to be missing. "If only my father, brother, and mother were here," the girl said wistfully. Indeed, the house was too large for its two small residents. That night, clutching her favorite stuffed bunny close to her heart, the girl fell asleep in the starship. Chapter 6, Friends. Then one day, while the girl sat sipping tea, a tiny apricot-colored planet appeared on the horizon. From the planet, another Luma of the same color emerged. "Do you two know each other?" the girl asked the two Lumas gleefully. Despite the girl's excitement, they seemed uneasy. The two Lumas neither drew close nor backed away from each other. Instead, they just stared. Then one Luma broke the silence. "My mama." At once, the apricot Luma corroded back. Oh my gosh, I said it so many times. The two Lumas began to dance around the girl frantically, and neither showed any sign of stopping. The girl was so charmed by this adorable scene that she couldn't help but laugh. And that's when something very strange happened. Suddenly, more Lumas began to pop out from the apricot planet. They were different colors, but they all shouted the same thing. I'm not saying it. I don't know if it feels uncomfortable. The sight of all these shouting Lumas only made the girl laugh harder. What am I going to do with all these children? The Lumas just stared blankly as she doubled over laughing. "I guess we'll have to name each and every one of you." Tomorrow, once she had finished naming them all, she would begin moving all the Lumas into the new house. Chapter 7, The Telescope. After seeing their 100th comet, a sudden thought popped into the girl's head. "I wonder if my home planet is still as blue as it was." That's when she remembered her father's telescope. Peeking into the telescope, a tiny blue dot floated into sight. It was smaller than a starbit. How strange, it's so far away, but it feels so close. She twisted the knob of the telescope, and the blue dot grew until she could make out a grassy hill dotted with flowers. It seemed very familiar to her. Zooming even closer, a terrace on the hill came into view. "I used to go stargazing there when I lived on my home planet." She remembered rubbing the sleep out of her eyes as she followed her father up that hill to look at the stars. She remembered how she and her brother would sled down that hill. She remembered having picnics with her mother on that hill on bright and windy days. And "I want to go home. I want to go home right now." The girl burst into tears, and the Lumas didn't know what to do. "I want to go home. I want to go back to my house by the hill. I want to see my mother." The girl was shouting now, her face wet with tears. "But I know she's not there. I knew all along that she wasn't out there in the sky, because she's sleeping under the tree on the hill." The girl's cries echoed through the stars, and a hush fell over the area. Chapter 8, The Wish. Though usually quite cheery, one day the girl became sad again. Luma drew close and tried to comfort her. Mama, you still have me. And don't be sad about your mama, because she's a part of you. That means she's always close by. It's like me, I love star bits because they remind me of my mama. No, no, the girl said, unable to stop the tears. A lonely look flickered across the Luma's face, but it was soon replaced by a wide grin. I have an idea. I will transform into a comet, a soaring comet that can carry you all on this journey. With that, the Luma trailing bands of white soared high into the sky and just as quickly started to plummet back down. Kaboom! The ground shook, and a bright light poured out of the crater that the Luma had created. The bands of light twisted together to form a comet tail, and then Luma emerged, reborn as a comet. The girl could scarcely believe her eyes, but how? She kept asking. Our destiny as Lumas is to transform into different things, said a red Luma, who had suddenly appeared. Stars, comets, planets, we can become all of these things. When I grow up, I want to become a star that makes someone special smile, said a green Luma. A blue Luma chimed in. That Luma turned into a real cutie of a comet, didn't he? All of the Lumas together said no more crying. Thank you, said the girl in a whisper, and she pulled the Lumas close and hugged them. From that day on, star bits no longer fell from the girl's eyes. A comet set forth for the girl's home planet, its long tail blazing proudly behind it. Final chapter, family. With its many Lumas and telescopes, the comet was quite a sight to behold. The girl and the Lumas were proud to call it home. At a welcoming party for a new Luma, the girl gathered everyone in the kitchen and said in a louder voice than usual, "All right, everyone, let's make a cake sprinkled with star bits, then it'll be a star cake." The Lumas excitedly began to gather the ingredients. As she watched the Lumas scurry about, the girl smiled and thought to herself, this is my family now, and I will stay with them until they're ready to leave the nest. And when they do leave, I'll see them off with a smile. Because that's what makes a mother happiest. That night, when the girl lay down to sleep, a soft light enveloped her and reminded her of the blue planet she once called home. It would be nice to return home once every 100 years to nap in my favorite sleeping nook. The comet carrying the Lumas and the girl continues on its journey to this very day. With more family members in tow than can be counted, it's said that the comet visits the girl's home planet once every 100 years, its proud white tail glittering in the sky. The end.
That's all.
Well, everybody, that's pretty much it. I pretty much went over everything with this game. I could potentially do Luigi in the bonus world with maybe some bonus content, maybe down the road. I don't know, but or maybe it'll maybe one day we'll see. But I mean, that's pretty much it for this episode. It's just gonna be the last little tidbits things I didn't do. We have all the stars, 100% in everything on Mario's side. We do have Luigi. I can kind of show that to you guys. If we go to, I think we just quit. Yeah, save the game one last time. Boom. If you go to like your save file after you beat the game again, after you beat Bowser again after getting 120. Oh no, the date. Spoiler, you guys know when I'm recording. It's a surprise. I get up super early in the morning, which I was up earlier than this, but this is when I re-recorded the video because the first video was a flop, so I won't go over that. But you can essentially get this button and you get Luigi. And if you beat it again as Luigi, you should unlock the bonus level that you can play as. I don't know if you could do as both Luigi and Mario, but you unlock like some bonus level. So that's pretty neat. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys really enjoyed this series. I had a blast doing it. If you really wanted to see everything in the game, sorry I'm not doing Luigi's side of the story. Put down the controllers here. But yeah, the next series will be coming out, I want to say tomorrow, but it may be Friday. And if it's not Friday, it'll definitely be Monday. I know what I'm playing next, so don't worry about that. I think you'll all enjoy it. I know I'll enjoy it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I wish I was a bit more organized right now for you guys. I won't lie, I haven't been feeling the best week or so. I don't want to say week, but you know, this week so far, like the past 3 days. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next series that we do. All right, bye.